Ryan Smith is definitely going to have a good opportunity to make some money here.
I met with the old deuce 3 on the button, and she's got Channing in the small. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Oh, really?
Now we can see our action right here.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with the flush draw on board, Channing is not going to be too quick to give her credit for a better hand.
How can he?
When are you going to call it?
Wednesday.
He's going to be thinking only pocket fives and like ace 5 beat him pretty much.
And, you know,
And he's going to see all those draws.
Now,
she got the colours wrong. Don't let her take it back. It's okay.
Yeah, and Annette has to raise right now. I mean, it's just...
because there's so many hands that Channing could be be to get it in with, sort of thing.
Exactly, and from Channing's perspective, he's going to be thinking, Annette could just be making a play. She could have a billion different draws. He's not going to be thinking she has a better hand too often. We'll just see how much trouble he gets himself in here.
It's amazing because most players would have re-raised Channing. He's not the kind of guy who loves to get it in big on the flop, but now actually.
See, the stacks were actually pretty good for Channing to go ahead and just get it in there. If they had been 20K deep, I might like a call a little more, but I probably prefer just popping it back and getting it in.
They show one hand and then you're out.
Is there any way Channing doesn't go broke here? And Annette has to think about making sure she bets this heavy enough to get this paid off big, right?
Yeah, exactly. She should be making pretty large bets because for Channing to call, you know, he could even be as strong as like ace king now when he calls the raise out of position and then the king turns. So she's loving that card, and actually Channing's loving that card because he's not putting her on an ace king, and he's still got her on a number of like 6-8 of spades and 3-6 of spades and random like jack-10 of spades and maybe a bluff that decided a 2-barrel. Now that's unfortunately going to kill a lot of the action. That's going to save Channing a lot of money there.
4,200 pounds in this pot, and right, a big part of Annette's range from the way Channing perceives it is the spades, but still, you feel like he may just check and call here, or what's this?
This is definitely odd here. He must be going for something real small.
2-5 play. It's 2,350.
Call.
So cool.
Yeah.
2-5.
And somewhere, he made that decision quick, somewhere between a blocking bet and a value. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's going there for, because if he was going to call if he was going to put more money in the pot, he probably should have been better off letting Annette maybe go for a triple barrel bluff, maybe try and pick off some 6-7s or some 3-6s, some of those busted straight draws that missed. If he's got to put more money in. I mean, checking
from small blind. The chip leader calls.
Even with a huge stack, Vanessa playing this cautiously.
Dan Shack with 9-10 of clubs in the big blind, and he calls as well for an additional 60,000.
He's getting great immediate pot odds with suited connectors, and he's actually the favorite three-ways.
Three-way to the flop, which gives Vanessa top pair, second pair for Dan Shack, plus a flush draw, plus a backdoor straight draw.
Oh boy, this could get uglier than Quato from Total Recall.
Well, it doesn't look like Vanessa intends to play in flow. She leads for 165,000.
400.
Dan Shack raises to 400,000, gets an insta-fold from Antonio Esfandiari.
I don't see Vanessa folding top pair, top kicker here.
Call.
She calls. There is now 1.25 million in the middle. Huge pot building here on the bubble, and there are 3 guys at the table running on vapor. The board pairs on the turn. Vanessa now a 3-1 favorite. She checks.
All in.
And Shack shoves!
OMG ICM suicide. I commend Dan Shack for having stones so big. They are now considered the islands of the Bahamas, but this bluff is risking crazy amounts of real money against a person with a stupid strong range.
I call.
Vanessa calls! And Dan Shack is at risk of bubbling the super high roller.
What a ridiculous sweat. What an unnecessarily huge pot.
Dan Shack does have 11 outs. He can hit a club or a 10 on the river. It's a 10!
That was not supposed to happen. He's doing a victory lap. He's coming back.
Dan Shack doubles up and takes the chip lead from Vanessa Selbst.
I just didn't think you'd...
Dan, don't say anything. Don't. Too late.
I just lost like 2 million chips. I lost 2 million chips. Dan got me on the river, yeah. He pushed on the turn, I called, and he had 11 outs.
Tony G's got the kings again.
Unbelievable.
I mean,
King.
yeah, somebody's going to slip up. Somebody is bound to slip up.
Yeah, I don't see anybody slipping up here. Nobody has anything. And this is going to be very frustrating for Tony G. Well, I take it back. Patrick, we've seen him make some moves with ace-4s already. That's one of the hands he likes to play.
What kind of history do Patrick and Tony G have, I wonder? Obviously, they were in different groups in this Premier League, but they certainly go back a few years in the top tier gambling.
I would guess they haven't had a lot of history. They might have played on a high-stakes cash game once or so, but Patrick is going to make the call. And Tony G finally getting some action on the kings. Let's see if he wants it.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Ace, ace, 4. A full house for Patrick Antonius.
Mike, this is going to get ugly. I do believe that these cards are going to get shown. And I think that Zasko, who now rests on the top of Tony G's chips, might find himself out in the dog pound.
Well, let's go and check again on the turn. How can he check kings twice here? Now the 3 of clubs comes off. Patrick has to make a bet here at this pot, doesn't he? Man's checked twice in a row. He's checking again.
Checked again? Oh, no! Tony G's taking the bait!
Bet 40.
He took the bait!
Well, he took the bait, and now he's going to be so angry because
he's hooked.
He's not going to see the hand. Obviously,
I don't know.
Unbelievable that Patrick checked the 3rd time there, knowing how quick Tony G was checking behind him.
Mike, I mean, this could be the end of Tony. How big is Patrick going to raise right now?
When he raises, Tony's going out, I promise you. And Tony's going to be kicking himself for betting here. He checked it twice. He just couldn't stand it a 3rd time. Well, look at all the time.
Right now, there's a quiet on the table. There's a calm, and it's only the calm before the storm.
Raise.
Well, look at this. Tony's shaking his head. He knows he's been had.
What a slippery play by Patrick, and just outstanding. I'm trapped, Tony says. I know I'm trapped.
Yeah, look at the size of the raise too. 140,000, 130,000. This is just like a frustration call here. That's a bad call by Tony, I think. Patrick's just not going to make a play here in that spot without an ace in that spot at a minimum.
Kings. Hold on, Patrick. That's the patience.
Oh, he hates that. That could have been his Premier League.
I got king.
Checked, checked, checked. And the flop just hated him, Mike.
Incredible. What a dealer this guy is.
How could you play the hand any better? Checking 3 times in a row. Finally, Tony takes the bait and fell right in the well.
He was drawing dead on the flop.
You're the best.
I mean, with 2 kings. And Tony has checked it 3 times, Mike. It's like he knew what Tony had.
Well, just incredible. I think anybody would have bet that hand after the guy checked a couple times to you. You're finally going to bet 2 kings. It's just amazing. He didn't have to pay off the extra 130,000, though.
I mean,
with the kings.
Come on.
Moves all in. He has both glance and moneymaker covered. Glance folds.
A call.
And a call from moneymaker. Moneymaker at risk and behind.
He started the hand with almost 40 big blinds, and it looks like ace-king suited might be his last hand.
Jason Mercier in position to collect moneymaker's bounty as moneymaker exits the scene.
You should have to stay at the table. Brett Favre doesn't heave one up for grabs and run to the sideline and drink some Gatorade while waiting to see if it's intercepted.
The flop is 10 trade jack, 2 clubs. Wow! Moneymaker now favored with a royal flush draw and 1 overcard.
Yeah, Moneymaker might win the hand now.
It's better than an ace.
Turn card, 8 of spades, mercy or dodges trouble. He's now favored to knock out Moneymaker.
Well, Chris now should be halfway to his car because he is about to lose his hand.
River card, queen of clubs. Are you kidding? A royal flush for Chris Moneymaker.
If you're gonna win, that's how you win.
No, you stay at the table and